I could love anybody else. And before I could let anybody else love me. And that is the message that we're going to start with today, is unconditional love. What does that mean? What does that mean?
No judgment.
No judgment. What else?
Giving love without wanting it in return, but not expecting it in return.
Giving it without expecting it, she said. What else? Forgiveness.
Loving no matter what.
Loving no matter what.
Total acceptance.
Total acceptance. So if you think about where you're at today, are you unconditionally loving of yourself? And this isn't a judgment, it's just to become aware of it. Because by the end of the day, we're going to have you be more unconditionally loving. But we put up our walls and our protection. And the angels, the message the angels have for us is to love ourselves unconditionally. That is our purpose here, I believe. Is to be here and to love ourselves unconditionally and to learn how to love others unconditionally. That is what our purpose is here on the planet, is to learn that. In order to learn that, we have to know how to receive. To receive love, to receive compliments, to receive gifts, to receive energy. And when we're working with the angels, the first thing that we have to do is we have to open our hearts. And when I did that blessing, I felt a lot of energy movement in the heart. Did you all feel that? But when we're wanting to start a new practice, because some of you, maybe this is new to you. How many of you, this is kind of new to you? Working with angels and learning about chakras and connecting with your guides, and we have a lot of people that it's new to. So when it's something that's new, you've got to learn how to clear out the stuff that doesn't serve you any longer. The old garbage. Do any of you have any old garbage?
Oh, yeah.
I see 5 people. Okay, that's better. So we want to get rid of the old garbage, don't we? So that we can create space for the new stuff in. We got to clear the old out. And there are a couple of tools that I would suggest doing. One of them is we use a technique called grounding ourselves or protecting ourselves. Any of you know grounding and protecting? How many of you do that? Okay. So someone share with me what you do to ground yourself.
Meditate.
Meditate. Okay.
Put white light around you.
Put white light around you. Hug a tree.
Walk barefoot on the grass.
Walk barefoot on the grass. Perfect. Visualize roots coming down from your feet down into the center of the earth. Okay, those are all ways to ground yourself. Now what about protection? Ask your angels or archangels to surround you and protect you. White light I heard back there.
Blue bubble.
The blue bubble. Anything else? You can just say a prayer.
Follow the Holy Spirit.
Follow the Holy Spirit. Just ask whatever, there's lots of different ways to do it. It's just what you feel in alignment with. Okay? So I want to share a quick story. Many of you that have been to my classes have heard this, but it's an important story to give you a visual of my connection with Archangel Michael. So when I was 13, remember I lived in this house that weird things happened. And my little brother was very, very psychic. And he could see angels, guides. He didn't know what they were because he was 5 years old. But he would see these colors in shapes. They would have wings on them, and they'd be around people, and he called them his friends. And I'm 13, and he's 5. So when you're an older sister, and there's 8 years between us, you have to remember this. A lot of times little brothers are kind of a pain in the butt, right? So he had these friends, and he was always talking about these friends. And when we'd go to the store, he'd have his friends, and we'd have to open the door so his friends could come in. And when we'd get in the car, we'd have to keep the door open so all of his friends could come in. And, I'd just sometimes just slam the door just to see what he'd do. And I did, it's true. So anyway, what happened was there started to be a lot of negativity going on in my house. My parents were fighting a lot. There was a lot of arguing, a lot of financial issues and things like that. And so the energy of the house went from a high vibration, positive energy, to a negative, very tense energy. And so he said, one night, my parents had gone out to dinner, and he said, my friends aren't happy. They have frowny faces, and they're scary now. And me being 13, I don't know, well, don't look at them, you know? And he said, no, they're mean, and they're scary, and they have scary faces. And he was very, very, very upset and crying, and I didn't know what to do. I couldn't see him, but I could feel the heaviness, and I could feel the sadness, and I didn't know what to do. So what I decided to do was I went to the very, very far back wall of the house, the brick wall, and we sat against that wall until my parents got home. Because I figured, well, if they're mean, I don't want them to get by me, and they can't go through the brick wall, knowing that we have a ghost that I'd watched go through the walls before. But I just wasn't really thinking. My mom and dad got home, and I told my mom what happened, and she said, okay, well, let's call Leo, which is a friend of ours, and she'll come and do a blessing on the house. And I said, okay, she says, that'll take it away. All right. So the next morning, we get up. She calls Leo, and she says, Leo, I need you to come over and do a blessing on the house because we've got this negative energy in here. And so Leo comes over. And my little brother is out riding the big wheel. Do you remember big wheels? They're back again, I hear. But, that tells you it was a while ago. And he's riding his big wheel up and down the block. And my mom and Leo and me are in the foyer of the house. So we stand in the foyer of the house, and Leo says, okay, I'm going to say a prayer. And what I want you to do is I just want you to close your eyes, and we're going to call in the energy of Archangel Michael. I'm going to say a prayer, and then the house will be cleared. Okay. So we hold hands, and this is the prayer that she said. I invoke the blue light of Archangel Michael to surround and protect this home from any negative energy or entities, seen or unseen. And so it is. That was it. Now, she told us to close our eyes, but me, being me, wanted to keep one eye open because I wanted to see what was going to happen. Because, I'm 13, and I got to have proof that something happened. So I had one eye open the whole time. I didn't see a flash of light. I didn't see blue air go through. I didn't see anything, nothing. I didn't feel anything. So she's done, and my mom goes, oh, it already feels better. And I'm rolling my eyes. Okay, whatever. And Leo goes, oh, yeah, it's great. It's taken care of now. And I'm just looking at them like, you guys are nuts. Nothing even happened. And then my little brother comes running in the front door of the house, and he swings the door open wide, and he says, Mommy, there's a great big blue bubble around our house. And I looked at them, and my mom got a great big grin on her face, and Leo got a great big grin on her face, and they said, he is here. And I said, oh, okay. And from then on, I worked with Archangel Michael.